As I say, we want the best happiness for everybody. Now, about my still to me mysteriously controversial comment that I hope President Obama fails. I was watching the Super Bowl, and as you know, I love the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have this, it's just, so they have this miraculous scoring drive that puts them up by 4. 15 seconds left. Kurt Warner on the field for the Cardinals. And I sure as heck want you to know, I hope he failed. I did not want the Cardinals to win. I wanted Warner to make the biggest fool of himself possible. I wanted a sack. I wanted anything. I wanted the Steelers to win. I wanted to win. I wanted the Cardinals to fail. This notion that I want the president to fail, folks, this shows you a sign of the problem we've got. That's nothing more than common sense, and to not be able to say it. Why in the world do I want what we just described, rampant government growth, indebtedness that has wealth that is not even being created yet is being spent? What is in this? What possibly is in this that any of us want to succeed? Did the Democrats want the war in Iraq to fail? Well, they certainly did. And they not only wanted the war in Iraq to fail, they proclaimed it a failure. There's dingy Harry Reid waving a white flag. This war is lost. This war... They called General Petraeus a liar before he even testified. Mrs. Clinton says she had to willingly suspend disbelief or whatever to listen to Petraeus. We're in the process of winning the war. The last thing they wanted was to win. They hoped George Bush failed. So where is it? What is so strange about being honest and saying, I want Barack Obama to fail, if his mission is to restructure and reform this country so that capitalism and individual liberty are not its foundation? Why would I want that to succeed?
It is the policy of intervention that I object to so strongly. One time they're our friends, the next time they're our enemy. Osama bin Laden was a freedom fighter when we gave him weapons and equipment to fight the Russians and the Soviets. Saddam Hussein, we propped him up and got him in power, and he was our friend, and we encouraged him to invade Iran. But it's this on-again, off-again stuff that continues to haunt us and keep coming back. But you know what? The truth of the matter is that Osama bin Laden likes our foreign policy. He likes our foreign policy because it's a tremendous incentive for him to raise his group of Al-Qaeda to join, because he has been explicit. He says, we are going to do to you, United States, exactly what you and us together did to the Soviets. We are going to drain you. We're going to humiliate you. And therefore, we don't even need to come over here. So we have fallen into the trap. We have victimized ourselves. We have encouraged him. And we have done this by not following our Constitution that gives us no authority to be the policeman of the world. But the limiting factor will be financial. As I said, all great nations end for financial reasons. And that is what's happening today. We can't afford it any longer. Sure, we need to get rid of the Department of Education, but we spend $1 trillion a year maintaining an empire. The founder said, be friends, trade with people, you mix with people, and don't fight with people, don't tell them what to do, practice diplomacy. But now we are on this endless street of interfering, involving, and dictating. We have two choices. We go to a country and we say, do it our way, or we'll bomb you. And then if they do it our way, we give them money. But we're broke. We're broken. We just can't continue to do this. That's what the dollar is telling us. The debt is too high. The dollar is weakening. The middle class is being wiped out. The international debt is so big and we're dependent on others. Our good jobs are overseas. So, who's going to pick up the pieces? Is it going to be the current crop of politicians that we have right now, or are we going to restore real conservative constitutional values to our country? My argument has always been that if you follow the Constitution, you will defend freedom. Freedom brings people together. It allows people to run their lives as they choose. It allows them to practice a religion as they choose. And it's not confrontational and it's not antagonistic. The welfare state and the warfare state and the socialist state is exactly the opposite. It divides us because they take away our wealth, they control it in Washington, and what is happening today? Hundreds of millions of dollars of campaign funds and PAC money and lobbying efforts to come to Washington to control the money that gravitates to Washington, D.C. And the pie is shrinking and the people are getting angry and we have forgotten what a free country is all about. We've lost our confidence because now we have fallen into the trap and we act like Democrats because we have to have safety nets here and safety nets here and do all these things. But the whole story is it's coming to an end, and there's a wonderful, beautiful answer. And it comes in our traditions. It comes in the principles of liberty. If you promote liberty, liberty promotes peace, and peace promotes prosperity. So if we as conservatives are truly conservative in the sense of the word, to conserve our true values, means we have to be serious about taking our oath of office to the Constitution. Limit the government size, limit the spending, limit the deficits, limit our exposure around the world. And believe me, if America is as great as I believe it should be and can be and has been, believe me, we will have influence around the world. We cannot take our greatness and spread our greatness and our goodness through the barrel of a gun. It fails because it destroys our goodness by doing it that way. There's always payback. There's payback for guns and butter. In the 70s, when I was motivated first to run for Congress, I realized it wasn't going to last because that is when the gold standard finally lost its last link. And we ushered in the 70s, and they were tough. High unemployment rates, interest rates of 21%, high inflation rates, but we did pay back. We paid back for all the spending of the Democrats in the 60s, guns and butter. But we're acting too much like Democrats, and now we are starting to pay for the guns and butter, and we don't even see an end to it. It is endless. It is endless. Nobody knows. We're told that this war is going to go on for a long, long time. And that means that the next generation, the burden is being placed on these young people. And that is why the college kids are coming out, because they're getting ripped off. We have undermined their liberties. We're giving them a foreign policy where it's their lives on the line. The threat of a draft is coming for men and women as this war is likely to spread. And what are they inheriting? Less freedom and a lot of debt. Entitlements up to $60 trillion, and they can't pay it. A group of young people going into the workforce which are smaller than the ones who are in retirement. The baby boomers are retiring, and they're going to demand what they put into the system, and it's just not there. So what we need to do is not only live within our means, but start paying down the deficit and offer an opportunity for, at least for the next generation, to get out. To get out to the point where they can take care of their medical needs by themselves, get out of the Social Security system, which is a fraud as we know it,